What is up, YouTube? This is RtdR Superstar here, coming at you with another, actually the first video game review that I've done. Today, we're going to be reviewing my very first PlayStation 4 game. The first game that I bought because I just got a PlayStation 4 for my birthday. So anyways, this is the first PlayStation 4 review that I'm going to do. And this game that we're going to be talking about is Injustice: Gods Among Us, and this is the Ultimate Edition. Take a look at the cover art. So the first thing that I want to say about Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition is that the only thing really different from the basic Injustice game is that Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition already has all the characters unlocked for you. It has all the skins unlocked as far as the costumes for the characters are concerned, minus a couple that you have to download through iOS. As far as gameplay goes, Injustice: Gods Among Us has pretty decent gameplay. There are a lot of people that were kind of angry at Injustice on the next-gen consoles, the PlayStation 4, and the reason is they really didn't do much different for the PlayStation 4 version other than platform it for the PlayStation 4. The graphics run pretty much similar to the PlayStation 3 version. There aren't really many differences other than it plays just a tiny bit smoother, and you can accommodate that to the graphics card. So as far as the things that are on the game that are different, like I said, it's got all the characters unlocked for you already. It's got all the costumes and skins unlocked minus the downloadable ones, and it's got all the what is the word I'm looking for? It's got all the missions on it as well. So really, you're looking at the same game, just a clone for the PlayStation 4. I enjoy it. The storyline for Injustice is a very good storyline. If you haven't ever read the Injustice: Gods Among Us comics, then I would definitely suggest that. It'll give you a good backstory. However, if you haven't read it and you just go right into the game playing it, you'll recognize a lot of the characters right off the bat, in addition to some of the characters that you've never or maybe rarely seen in DC Comics. You know, you've got your Batman, Superman, your baseline superheroes. Then you've got some more obscure ones, people like Lobo, Killer Frost, Solomon Grundy. People like Raven, who was made popular through the Teen Titans cartoon. You've got Cyborg, who is as well in the Teen Titans. The only thing that I really wish that they would have done is, instead of putting Nightwing in all of his alternate costumes, I wish they would have added a costume so that you could play as Robin. That would be a really neat thing to do, I thought, for Nightwing's character. There are some other costumes that I wish they would have put. Batman has got some really neat costumes. They've got the Batman Beyond costume in it. For Superman, I wish they would have done the they did the Cyborg Superman. I wish they would have done Superboy. I think he would have been a good one to add. Maybe the Eradicator, and well, obviously they couldn't have done Man of Steel because he's a completely different character now and he still exists. But other than that, the storyline plays out really well. There's some good twists at the beginning of the game. I'm not going to ruin it all for you, but to kind of lay it out for you, Joker has poisoned Superman to think he has been fighting Doomsday, but instead he is fighting, or ends up going to fight Lois Lane. And he ends up killing Lois Lane and the child that Lois Lane is carrying, which is his and hers. Um, I really enjoyed it. You actually see a more human side of Superman in this game. He is thinking more of himself at the beginning of the game. He actually goes and, well, without spoiling too much, and I won't get into what happens afterwards because it's a big part of the game and the story. But he, after he finds out Joker has poisoned him to think that, he basically sets off a detonator that blows up Metropolis. I think he kills over 8 million people. He then interrogates Joker very briefly, and when I say very briefly, and kills him. End of Joker. Well, at least for the story. Um, the game runs pretty smoothly. There are certain times when it lags a bit during the story, and that's expected. Maybe not so much on the next gen console, but like PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, you'd kind of expect it to maybe have a little bit of a lag in it. Um, the moves run together very smoothly. You've got your faster characters, you've got your slower characters, you've got your strong characters, and you've got your characters that rely on weaponry. Um, Overall, I would say that Injustice is a pretty good game. There are some things that I would have done if I were a producer, but all in all, I'm happy with it. And if I were rating it on a scale of 10, I would give it 7 Batman symbols. 7 Batman symbols means it's a fairly good game, worth picking up and playing, especially if you've got friends that you want to play with. It's a great multiplayer game. So take my review for what it's worth. I would suggest you try it out. Don't let anybody skew your view on a video game before you play it, because everybody has their own taste. So that was my review of Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. Stay tuned for more video game reviews and next-gen console information. Appreciate it.